all really just so draining. It wears you out so much.
Golly!
I don't know, something just hit me. Just like a pile of bricks. But after you've been in one spot for so long, it's terrible. It's like the worst thing on the planet. I'm so just done with it all. Living in the woods is not the hard part of this thing. It's the fact that you're away from the people you love. I think maybe if I imagine I'm trying to provide for my family, maybe I can provide better for myself. Because I know if they were out here with me, I would be a different person. I'd be a maniac. And I would be a game-getting machine. It's just interesting. What you're willing to do for yourself is different than what you're willing to do for your loved ones. Man, this place really felt like a land of abundant resources a couple weeks ago. Doesn't feel that way anymore. This is just a very hard time to live. I don't know, I'm just very troubled today because of all these things going on in my mind. It's amazing how quick your emotions can turn. I don't know. I really don't know why I'm here.
I'm just kind of in a rut now. It just kind of goes day to day, you know? One day at a time. When I stand up, it's like...
This ain't easy, this whole making decisions and trying to figure out everything as you go. I'm bound to make mistakes, and I've probably got a few more in store.
But really, the shelter's not about that. It's just about the ice that settles on the ground at night. It's about having a place to organize your things, having a constant. Before I left, my mom said, "Lucas, please don't go crazy." And I said, "Mom, that already happened long ago." And she laughed. This is my two-note song. This is my two-note song. Cheery and happy and fun. This is my two-note song.
If there's something challenging about this place, it's definitely the weather. Weather is the hardest on you psychologically and physically. It's just relentless. You would just knock yourself in the head with a rock to escape it.
The temperature's dropping. The sky looks evil.
Just some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door.
So hard doing this alone. This would be so much better with a friend. I do feel like I have a place here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I feel experienced here and knowledgeable. I don't know all the secrets to the land and how to obtain food. So I'm trying to listen. I think the land will teach you. I have to learn the secrets of this area to make it work for me. Whoa! I got a fish! I got a fish! It's easy to be grateful for things here because things are scarce. But once I go back, I really hope I hang on to my gratitude.
When you think, for as long as I have, out here in the woods, alone, for this many days, it changes you. I mean, it changes you. I am not the same person. I just can't wait to get back home, to make people's lives better, to make people happy, to take the weight off of people's shoulders, to lighten their step. I can't wait to do that.
And now I feel like I've come to a place where it's just life, you know, I'm just doing it. Just doing what I have to do to live out here. Definitely turning more spiritual. My focus is not so much on the water and the shelter and the fire and the food, because I know I have those things. It's becoming more inward looking. Longest, but I don't feel like I'm competing against the other guys. I think we're all competing against ourselves. Winning is defined differently for each of us out here. I think that victory for me would be leaving here at peace with myself. And I don't know what that is yet. Whenever my journey ends, and I don't even know when that's going to be. I've done, what I came here to do as far as, there's no doubt in my mind I can survive here. Sometimes you don't always like what you see. Sometimes you become aware that maybe you need to change some things. Like every other person out there that's honest with themselves, I have my regrets. I've made my mistakes. And some of them are very painful, very hard to look at, very hard to relive. But when you come out here in the wild, you have no choice. They will come bubbling up to the surface. There's no suppressing them. They will come to the fore, and you have to meet them. You have to own them. God's still merciful. Things might change. And I've tried a lot, but can only do so much from one end, People make mistakes. One thing you learn when you spend a lot of time with yourself is that no one's perfect, especially you. And this is my dead level best I can do right now with a fish trap. I don't know what I'm doing with it. I'm just trying. That's all you can do is try. Take what I can get. Some better than none. Day one on the fish basket is a strike, no joy. You can't just, on day one go, well, there's nothing in there. It's a wrap. I've got to give it time.
I'm not used to feeling this way. I'm not used to feeling this helpless. Like there's nothing I can really do right now for myself. I'm definitely losing it. Not good mentally. I am not good in the head right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whammo!
With the mouse all day, see, it's good, it's good. It is deep fried on mouse, it tastes good.
Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for the mice you've blessed me with. Help me to not feel down when I do have failures out here. And thank you for every small success that I've had out here, Lord. Amen.
Trust your instincts, and I think you'll do wonderful. I think you should watch your back and just always be alert and do what you need to do. Keep yourself warm and just hope that you'll be okay.
Yeah.
I have icicles in my bedroom. So, the next time you think it's cold in your bedroom, look for icicles. Just cleaned up the fish and the duck. Look at that. Is that not a thing of beauty? Kings eat no better than I.
Why would I even want to move? Moving could bring greater access to resources. That's really what it's all about. First load. One of many. A move is a big deal. It's a huge deal. Energetically, emotionally, it amps everything up. I've got to be able to establish a safe place to rest my head for the night. And I got to hope for good weather. I could go over there and be hit with a storm. But there's food over there. You got to go where there's food, otherwise I'm not going to make it. I can't operate without sustenance in my body doing the stuff that I'm doing. Like, if I'm out there swinging an axe with my head reeling because I haven't put enough calories in it, it's dumb.
Asked me my biggest fear and asked me what it was, and I said failure, And my wife said, well, what does that mean to you? And I never had thought about it that way. I never quantified what a failure here would look like. But It wasn't about beating another person. It was about just coming here and pouring out what I had. And once I have done that, then for me, that's my own victory. Holy crap. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing?
You can open it up.
Yeah. Well, we can pay the house off.
Is that what you want to do with it?
No, I've
What
thought
do you really
about
want to
that.
do with it?
First thing I want to do is let Dad quit his job. He's taken care of me all his life and Mom, so I want to take care of them. You know, make it where they can enjoy what they got left. And me, I don't need too much. The only limits that are out there are the ones you create for yourself in your own mind. That was it. It's just you, the creator, and creation. Can't get more real than that. I've had a lot of time just on a spiritual level to analyze, you know, myself, my life, where I'm at. You know, one of my main priorities is being a father, and that's what I want to be, and I want to be a good one. Oh, the things we take for granted in life. What do you think? It's the little bitty stuff. He said that. We are survival machines, and I never thought about it, but when you look at human creatures, we are survival machines. Look at what the human spirit can do. I mean, you hear about these people that overcome just insurmountable odds and go through traumatic injuries, and they just persevere and they just gut through it. You know, we're amazing. You know, we're amazing creations. See the holes in it? Do you know what happened to it?
A bug came in there and ate it.
Not a bug, a slug. Sure, there's those periods of adaptation. You kind of hit a wall, but then once you tune in to the new surroundings and things just start clicking, you just you adapt. But we're amazing. People are just amazing. We just don't realize it. It's all in there. You just have to get the right stimuli to bring it out of you to tap into it. Yeah, there's nothing like some time in the woods to really put life in perspective for you, I tell you. Still got some over here we need to finish. You got to get quiet. But I tell you, you know, time in the woods also makes you appreciate society. You're not meant to be isolated or alone for a long period of time. It's just not in our DNA. It's not how we're wired. We got some more over here. There's really no place like home. There's no substitute for that. All the things that we make so much drama about don't mean a hill of beans, because we're all just passing through for a short time. And the stuff that we have all this anxiety and drama about and argue over means nothing. In the end, it only comes down to love. That's really the only legacy you've got, I think, that lasts. The love you show your children, the love you show your friends, that carries on, that ripples throughout eternity. The rest of it's just rubbish.